unajua mimi nimedrown like I think twice.
Damn.
Yeah. Na si could drown inamaanisha nilikufa ama
you can drown and still survive. Someone saved you.
So I think properly once I think tukiwa high school ile wasee wanaruka kwa maji, so ni ile tu like msee mrefu ameruka ana float, msee mfupi like mimi niko katikati mimi average surely yenyewe, so nimeruka and for like 3 seconds I was in heaven because I was floating and then it hit me bro, so what tunafanya nini next? So I think hiyo panic ndio ilifanya ni and I was actually saved last minute kabisa because ilifika point nimekunywa vikombe siwezi sina capacity anymore. Sasa hiyo ndio nikashika msee hivi hadi saizi siwezi sahau msee aliniokoa mazee, alinisave.
Alafu unajua what I feel sad about when it comes to swimming and drowning is it's the human brain that works against us. All animals can swim. Macheki like an elephant can swim. Why can't I swim? Alafu elephant ita swim, utatoa elephant from Dubai, si ndio? Uipeleke uingize kwa ocean, ita float. Mimi sita float because brain yangu itaniambia I can drown. I think sometimes being dumb is good because the animal does not know in a drown. But I think sometimes brain yetu ina work against us. But now the question is, can dumb motherfuckers drown? Like if you get a really dumb
but survival instinct is the same. You can be dumb but still because the survival instinct itafanya
hizo instincts zinakuanga caveman, zinakuanga like very
sasa ukipata mse stupid kabisa uliata juu tofauti ya ocean na nini I think ata float vizuri kabisa,
atakuwa sawa
ata float
ignorance is bliss.
Like now his natural animal instincts ndio zita come into play, si kama sisi ile intelligence and because I feel like mimi nilianza ku drown time nilianza kufikiria sasa tunafaa kufanya because nilikuwa na float vizuri actually and then ile tu panic ya shit. Okay, so mse ufanya nini after hapa?
Then that's when now your body becomes stiff because kwa maji the moment body imekuwa stiff.
So tikero story vile Ombachi alikuwa anarusha mtoi wake because the kid is still young. You can't throw your teenage son like that. Asikia teenage sana kwa my name is not Isaac. Hey, why you sacrificing me? Ashika joni nini ja? Fadhali kisu bwana. Kozi unaenda hivi alafu unarudi una so nini wacha na tubongejea chuo ama so chuo ulienda chuo gani?
Primo nilianza chuo fulani LD inajiita Union Primary. Inakuanga hapo kwa soko tu hapo karibu, I think tunaitanga tu West. Kwa na soko fulani hapo. From I think actually from nursery to probably I'd like to say class 5-6 and then around that time ndo mzaya at least alipata kakitu, so tukahama tukatoka hood nikaenda sana nikaingia like a Catholic primary school. So actually like nilikuwa dance church, nilikuwa choir, like nilikuwa properly hadi nilikuwa naenda confession mtu wangu. Nilikuwa properly confused at that age because uko Catholic primary alafu still bado you know you're Muslim. And then high school nikaenda Sacho High School Baringo.
Sacho sile ya Moi?
Ni ya Moi.
The famous Moi aliendaga huko ama alikuwa na teach huko?
So Sacho penyiko ukipanda juu Moi I think the penye alizaliwa ni huko, but now where I used to stay is Kabarak. So Sacho, Kabarak, Sunshine, we are all like sister schools.
Alafu kitaka kujua vile Moi alikuwa feared. You've never had anyone come out and be like Moi used to be my teacher. What you notice? Because Moi used to be a teacher. Like no anasema ani Moi hawaifundisha. Hakuna mzee yeshika mtu akamwambia I used to be a student of President Moi. That's interesting.
Kama chapa watu viboko. Hiyo rungu basi nakaa. Decide kutumia vile nafaa kutumiwa. Watu wangeumia.
Alafu pia kuna wase wameishi interesting lives. Like you end up seeing your teacher. Was he a primary school teacher or high school?
I think probably primary.
Sindio? Your primary school teacher ends up being the president of the country. Like what the fuck? That's interesting.
By default unafaa kuomoka.
By the hiyo time like kwa mwalimu ilikuwa
by default unafaa kuomoka because kama yeye ni mtu mjanja haizi kuwa president alafu mawasiliano wake wamesota.
Kaka was a good teacher.
So yeye mwenyewe anafaa kurudi
give back.
ndio ili jina yake isiharibike.
Moyo kwa na hiyo time. Moyo aliwazile za lakini je kuna kitu mention ile lazima tukuulize jo. So ulienda Catholic school uko naimba kwa ulikuwa altar boy pia?
Ya, nilijaribu mazee wakanikataza jo. Mimi nilikuwa nataka kuzungusha kale kanini ya incest hiyo. Mimi naitwanga nini?
Incest. Incense. Incense. Is it incense? Hawa sio sawa. Jumeharibu mpaka sasa na shida.
Incense. I think ni incense moja.
Hiyo ndo kazi ilikuwa na dibamba.
Siku hapa tunabonga je incest strategy.
We think ni hiyo incest.
Lakini uko sure si father alifanya ukaquit. Father
kwa sema maybe the reason sikuwahi ni na father ni maybe sikuwa good dancer. Ningekuwa naweza kudance probably. Hakuna talents zangu.
Ningekwambia shake it for me. So nini yoni primo
Seko Sacho.
Sacho.
And then high school uni high school. Uni nikaingia Technical University of Kenya. Hapa Tao. So hapo ndio bado I think nafaa graduate in December. Because aeronautical engineering.
Oh shit. Damn. Dude, you're not joking around. Lakini sasa lazima tukuulize, I hope una do practical, si ati unafanya zile za Kenya, zile za this is a bolt, the bolt is on the plane, then ujaenda kwa ndege ukaikoroga.
Currently sahi hata niko attachment, so that's what we do. Basically to doing maintenance. I think because course yangu ideally tunafaa kufanya design and manufacture of aircraft. But since there's no company that does that in Kenya or Africa, unajipata you just take a step down. And because for us we did maintenance as a unit, so unajipata inabidi ujishushe tu ufanye maintenance because hiyo ndo kazi yenye iko.
Alafu vile saizi mko kwa gava tu unafaa kwa unaambia kina nani hizo kina Ruto like buda Johnny, you will trust me, trust the name. Unaka nini but
weirdly like hiyo industry very mengia because I don't know, maybe because I'm doing an attachment in like a government but like there's a lot of Kales in that aviation space. KWS.
Wanyama ufly
si wanakuwa
zetu za obviously lazima tukutolea hizo ka lion kako like I need to be somewhere.
So basi inaka unajua na watu kuna dem saa kazi yake ndio kuleta hizo ndege from LD to Nairobi for so ni like pilot ama ni pilot.
Because initially I wanted to do piloting, but then piloting is a very expensive endeavor.
Like if engineering
more than, because for me nilipata scholarship ya gava, so sikuwa self sponsored, but ideally it's more expensive to fly than to me.
That's some bullshit. Like creating this shit is harder than kukaa tu pale na kuadere.
But because I think for 1 hour flying for 1 hour is like 15,000. I think sahi imeongezeka. So I think that aspect of you need to have this amount of hours of flight time ndio inafanya ikuwe more expensive, because ground school is not that expensive. But now before you do your first solo, I think lazima uko umefanya probably 400 hours or something
kwa kisimulator.
As if for the real thing tu sasa, but sasa utakuwa na instructor. So ile day instructor ataona umeiva, now you go for your first solo.
But flying waga risky jo, unaweza kosa na instructor fulani huko afu akutolea zile za Kenya. Unajua mimi ni Mkisii, mimi hasira yangu ikishapanda hivi kajegezo za Kenya ati wacha tuende. Umeniita matako wewe, utajua leo.
But itakangi hasira.
Unaona nini iko pale inaitwa Mount Kenya, yetu hapa tumeenda. So chakula kwa hiyo bullshit Kenya. Inakuwa mostly they claim at Kisii and Wameru. Ati Meru akishakasirika kuna kurudi chini. Acha zako, mtu yote anaweza rudi chini. Nile I think ni why alikuwa anasema like everything is about tolerance. Like if people tolerate your bullshit, you'll always
push it.
So alikuwa anasema ati vile unaanga waswa kiimba kwa ploti, tuwezi pata msame enda kuimba kwa police station. Unajua like cause anajua ukifika hapo there is no tolerance.
There's no tolerance at all.
For you nini. So nini is it a career you still want to pursue ama
definitely, but I feel for me it's at this point I want to focus more on space because that's where my interest is, and that's where I feel there's more space for growth.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think the Kenya Army is like there's a Kenya Space Agency. Because I remember I think third year we went to Malindi. There's actually a space station in Kenya, but it's not Kenyan. It's owned by the Italian. It's actually called the Italian Space. But they haven't launched anything, I think, since 19 something. So right now it's because it's strategic. So once in a while satellites pass directly across there, so it's used as a monitoring. It's actually called San Marco. So I'd like to pivot towards space. That's something I'd like to do.
Alafu jipate ukiwa huko like working from Malindi, because Malindi is actually a nice place. But now the Italians would have to hire you. Ama it's Kenyans who work there.
So that's actually Italian, but I think there's a Kenyan space agency. I think it's still new, so probably if I can get a chance to get into that, that's something I'd want to do.
You are going to KESA because like kuna NASA. So napatana msee like, where do you work? NASA. And you KESA. Like, what's that? The Kenya Space Agency. What have you launched? Nothing.
Yes. And that's the sad thing, but the idea Ethiopia, I think probably like 2020 or 22, like recently when they launched their first satellite. Like I think Kenyans we have a satellite in space, but it piggybacked off someone else's rocket. Like wasiati to launch rocket plus then.
Because I think China will launch rockets now, isn't it? Because China right now has the biggest space station.
Because NASA
wali relax kidogo.
But I think the ISS is the biggest. Your international space ni.
Iko?
Iko in a orbit to ni, but it's the space station is co-owned by different countries. So I think Russia, the States, Italy, France, they all have like spaces inside there. So that's when venye historia Russia na Ukraine ilianza, like pia kulikuwa na hiyo division hadi kwa space because there's a shared space huko.
Alafu nini imenikumbusha kuna hii series fulani ya nani nilisema nitaiwatch bado sijaiwatch. Kuna msaitonga Bill Nye. So Bill Nye kuna nini akona series and the end is nigh. Bill Nye, the end is nigh. So they're talking about like things that can make Earth to go extinct. And kwa graphics za hiyo show kuna moja ilo ni bamba ile wanataka kuonyesha how like what if there was a meteorite headed to Earth. So like kuna graphics za na kama meteorite kamegongwa na kitu from Earth alafu kalipuka into small pieces and then whatever, because I think that's one of the things we never think about. The fact that all this can end
so at any moment.
Uzuri wa science ni at least unajua it won't end tomorrow, because kitu yote lazima tutakuwa tumeiona ikikuja. So ni vile some example like hii kitu itafika Earth in the year 2130
so
and there's nothing you can do. Yani, now you have like how many years? You have like 8 years to come up with a solution. Now you have to like, how do we stop this thing? Because ikikuja hapa we are the next dinosaurs. Sasa wanini watakuwa kituchora like the next intelligent beings will be doing us.
Going to be monkeys.
And like the sad truth is that like despite popular belief, NASA doesn't actually have a plan if there is a meteor strike that is coming straight to Earth. They currently don't have one. So
see, that's why like they're saying like people have to work on that. Like now scientists have to work on that, because now that's scary. But the other version where you die and then you end up in like a place burning forever, it's actually a better proposition than ile mnajua like hapa ikitu inaenda kututandika na
there's nothing. Ndio maana kuna movie mingi kama hiyo Don't Look Up, like there's like a lot of movies that talk about that, like there's always like there's that impending doom. And it's so sad that we have to live that life, because we know one day it's not going to be there, but we still have to enjoy life. And
I think that's the what makes life interesting. Because I always wonder like what if, because we always wish we could live forever, but what if we could live forever? Would it be fun?
No, it
but
will take the
if
fun
that's
out
all
of
we
it.
knew, then that's all we knew. Like ask yourself, do this like my predators and what? Okay, I guess with time when they see their counterparts have died, like these dumb animals, there's a crocodile know that it's going to die. You understand? Like it eats other animals but does it think, because I feel like pia vile tunabonga intelligence yetu pia sometimes works against us. Like we end up thinking about it when we should not.
Because like it's really worked against us, because I don't know who said this, but he said like the conscious is a reality that exists outside reality. You understand? So like the way you construct the world right now is not how the world is.
Yes because everything
it's just
from
your
time,
view of
time
how,
and everything.
It's all relative to the person.
Because hata vile su calculate time until now I'm 10 years old. It's just like a trip around the sun. Maybe there's a more efficient way. Maybe even people don't age at the same rate. Nacheki vile su unaonaga kamlami kako 25 kanaka kako 50. Afisi an African who's like I think majuzi I was talking to someone, I was telling them Kalonzo, how old is Kalonzo? Unajua age ya Kalonzo? 68. Unless I'm wrong, Kalonzo is 68. Does he look 68 to you?
Watermelons you last year long.
Like I was like, what the fuck?
68?
Yeah, let me confirm. If I'm not wrong, he's 68. And it shows you how we don't age. As in, where inafika level ile, now it's scary.
Black don't
now,
crack.
Hiyo time unaangalia Rooney anakaa 60 na Rooney anajafikisha 40, si ndio?
But I think ni venye pia amekuwa on the limelight for, I think si alianza kucheza futa akiwa 16.
Yeah, but sisi unajua you don't even need to be an athlete. Wale kwao is like you have to be an athlete too.
Ndio unni.
Ndio unapata hata nini? Unapata kuna watu kama nani? Kuna like futa.
Sana.
So mse kama huyu mse wetu yeye enjoyiwa. Yes, Kalonzo is 68 years old.
Damn.
Does he look 68 to you? Jeki like so Pate until ameko kipata injuries. Sana enjoy like he's over 40. That's why he's getting all these injuries. But you see he still plays. So you wouldn't know. But ukiangalia sura ya Pate, of course he's not 27.
Yeah.
You can see mtu amekula chumvi kama sisi. But as Africans we don't age that fast. So kuna zile injuries ataanza kupata because age ina catch up na yeye, but apart from that I feel like tuna nini so watu wana nini, but so unaweza pata maybe that whole aging thing, maybe kuna vile inaitwa melanin ufanya hauzeeki haraka compared to lack of melanin. So inaweza kuwa ukiwa 20 niwe nikaa kamlami kako unacheki like kako 30. So ile like mulizaliwa the same day but yuko 30 uko 20.
So
ni different.
So maybe the years are supposed to be counted different.
Yes,
dog years, African years, white years.
Alafu Japan years and zinakuwa ridiculous because those no never age. As in the age
they want to put out numbers but they are say kufangi bro. But I think also it's about the culture and I'd like to say the food.
Food
because when you kwambia like the corruption that is there in the States is industrial. Let's say the prison industrial complex, the food industry, like hizo vitu zote like they are basically two cartels, unaelewa. So it's like their main aim is making profit. It's not about your health or anything, and it's so like it's structured in a way that it's so effective that you actually don't have a chance. Like ukiwa kwa hood hivi like fast foods, like I've never been to the States but from like stories nasikia like ukiwa kwa hood kuna like fast food joints kama 6-7 liquor stores kama ni like venye tu like surrounding yako tayari venye imestructureiwa iko tu kudrive to a certain particular way ya iko
where there is profit they do nothing
and they're all making money from it.
Kuna nasema hiyo story ya nini, hiyo story ya sugar, hiyo story ya watu kujua sugar is not good for you. Walijua kitambo na ikakanyagiwa like how lobbies waliambiwa wakanyagia hiyo story. That's how cigarettes ended up being at the forefront. Otherwise it was supposed to be sugar, cigarettes, and then the rest of the shit.
But sugar is so good, yani. What should Juliza? Like from now henceforth, hautai kula keki life yako yote, hautai kunywa soda, hautai eat any sweet thing. That's the fucked up thing about sugar. Like one utajambia tu nimequit. Alafu nika keki fulani kwanza wametengeneza nayo kikombe na mimi napenda kikombe hata nikula hiki. Like now is there they make bullshit with cakes. Like wao kutengeneza keki
anything by the hata moyo na hii say hii ni mic unachekia na ikata kumbe ilikuwa keki like it's so realistic was it
but like it makes sense ni it's some dude's birthday alafu you create the dude now you're supposed to eat him like now you're like gym like kichwa ya msai kama kata masikio kata azia nikati na
kuna moja alitengeneza kadogi
alafu hiyo dogi ilikuwa inafanana
na dogi so dogi naona nyingine imekata unachiki dogi imetoka mjini
hiyo video ni baba but the way I think ni like before we settled on this particular like sugar like kulikuwa na other alternatives zenye zilikuwa zina inventiwa throughout the years so ilikuwa like kuna kitu inaingia kwa market yenye me replace the other one it's much safer but in the grand scheme of things it's really toxic compared to the sugar we have right now so like wasewasteto wali go through like I think 7 or 8 different alternatives to sugar na most of them zilikuwa really toxic
because hata kitu ni like place kama France for example vile kuna watu atufikisha 6-7 years and they don't know what soda is that's how much they are being protected from sugar acheki but now of course tunaambwa sugar is bad for you you can't live long then in life akukosagi that one asshole who was smoking cigarettes eating cake and lives to 120 so pia inakuwa a gamble pia there's that element of
there's the element of that like, ukifanya hizi vitu ati uta survive because
yeah
1,000 ways to die
have an uncle who like was alcoholic alikuwa kunywa zile changa huko ilikuwa inaitwa piwa kwa kichaga inaitwa piwa anakunywa piwa so everyone huko kwa familia wanawaambia vile yeye zake nini he's outliving all
he's outliving the haters man
he's
outliving by them everyone knows talking shit about it of course he am quit cause vile ina affect vile hata anatembea kwa sababu kwa mzee kiasi but ukiangalia mabro wake waona kaza ni wazee
like alifanya
his remaining
pure kwa nini but kwanza pia kitu moja ile vile webonga jo story imefanya nikakumbuka kitu kingine like Homa siku hizo nitandika design nashindwa how did I used to survive malaria like ushapata malaria kwa sababu iko umepata
nimepata actually quite recently nikiwa Busia na ya Busia ni different different see the same na hii ya Nairobi because that's why ukienda Hosi wanakuuliza umetravel recently hizo mosquitoes za huko buda si nilipigwa na hiyo malaria mtu wangu
the first time ulipata ama
sasa nikipata huko sasa the first time
because the first time
probably the second or third but hiyo ilikuwa the first time nilisikia kabisa
because niko nasema like I feel like ni tushe mention kwa podcast that the difference between then and now is sisi tukiwa toi there were no gadgets so it's like the way if you have malaria you can't sleep so they go shit like you are awake because you're feeling cold and hot at the same time
and you're sweating
so what helps right now is at least unaweza kuwa na ka headphone kisikiza nasikiza ni mbwe ya nani ya bien
ina trick your mind
ina trick your mind after time ina move ama unaweza mwa ku binge watch whatever you won't enjoy it as much
but
there's something to keep you busy kusunga time yetu jo kwa sasa sisi ni watu sisi tumelive through a Moi presidency wewe unajua ulizaliwa when 97 so you just survived 5 years of Moi sisi tumetandikana na Moi design tunajua gazile time malaria inakutandika usiku haiishi there is no internet there is no sasa ni wewe kila mtu amelala cause alafu pia nikafikiria juu yake like how when eventually you discover women you take the risk like unachapana kavu kwa like iko nini hata ukimwi inaweza survive homa inakutandika uko like na ukimwi ingenifanyia nini kama homa nimefanya homa nimefanya mpaka hata unashindwa kuamka sasa enye watu jidanganya tumia kondo usijidanganya kama homa inakusumbua hivi toka hapa tu kusikimwe muskani everything coming at you
ina weakeningi immune system yako actually kwangi ugonjwa inakwanga deficiency like ina weaken so hata hiyo homa kidogo ukipata like it will take so much for your body to fight it
so imagine kuna homa unahara muscles zarasa pia si tight vile muscles zarasa si tight kuna scientist kana kucheka kwa like yeah we told this is a homosexual disease no I'm straight
Iko Nini
but that's the bullshit. That's like when in the 1980s when AIDS was discovered it used to be classified as a homosexual disease and this is why I always say that if this was a homosexual disease there is no way it spread in Africa faster than Europe and America. This fucking shit was a biological weapon. I don't care what anyone says. Like so ushasikia gazile na tukwambi kusko yanga tuende urisk but the probability of a heterosexual male contracting HIV from a vagina ni low if the vagina is well lubricated. If it's not well lubricated, of course the chances go high because all you need is a wound and then it comes through the wound but haiwezi travel through the urethra. Nacheki. So the reason why in most situations now the uncircumcised catch it faster because friction in the skin unajua like even the dickhead itself is very soft and then the skin is also very soft so probability ya kupasuka inakuwa high. And now ask yourself if the whole of Europe is not basically circumcised why is the HIV rates uko lower kutushinda na huku imespread mpaka like hii kitu ilikuwa biological hakuna kitu Tanzania Africa like this is a homosexual disease in Africa it's 100 but kwendeni kwa bana.
So you believe that okay because size now kuna I think kuna a vaccine ya AIDS yenye inakuwa worked on kuna like certain medical breakthroughs za AIDS zenye zime come up so I believe walikuanga tu na the answers ever since.
I think they had the answers now it reached a level where it's not as economically viable as they wanted because that one is bullshit. Akina monkeypox hazijafika Africa but where did they want to come and test the vaccine? Sisi sasa tunapata hiyo homosexual disease what they did was they came to test maybe at a vaccine accidentally maybe test the vaccine on us and then ended up giving us the shit and then we just spread because another thing is there used to be no roads so just because there was a disease in Kenya how did it reach South Africa? This disease reached every
it was African very efficient
country
actually
except the Arab countries but hizi zingine zote zilikuwa affected. Why? Because when mzungu akikuja the first thing called mzungu ni huyu mtu ni anaitoka ni mwerevu sana wewe nichape hicho dunga unacheki and it spread
and I think actually walifanya the same thing na was it syphilis in the States I think they
black experiments ilikuwa the Tuskegee
experiments
they used to test it on black people but me hiyo ni kitu moja musema if it was a homosexual disease as they claim it should not have spread that fast in Africa because Africa do you know how many like people who are born gay who died very sad because they could never come out of that closet. Kuna grand buda come to console kitu cha mwisho mimi ni shock alafu kana stretch kana dead ati alisema nini afroja hatuwezi register kusema alisema tusikuwe na uoga kwa sega lidedi like his last thing on earth was just coming out of the fucking closet
and meeting the grim reaper
so I don't know like white people I don't know what they were trying to do but they fucked us up with that because hata umekuwa ukisikia how many times have you had kuna Ebola UG and you didn't panic because before that motherfucker reaches here but now AIDS Ebola nikikohoa unaishika AIDS lazima tuvuane suruali na kuvuana suruali Afrika vile ni hard kwa sababu tu bonga juu ushisikia kama musicians wa majuu akina ubuda Iglesias akoitwa na kuna ka Iglesias ka saizi kale kana kuaga like basically Enrique I think he's gay but his dad was not gay I think the dad was saying like his body count was 10,000 10,000 women alikuwa nasema hivyo it's possible like during hizo rock za 1970s like Max Rolling Stone they'd be on stage getting like their whatever sucked like it was crazy. The at the height of rock.
Unajua the 70s ilikuwa
there's someone's grandmother right now who's ashamed like if there was footage wanacheza ni. So those were the numbers they were hitting. Wata kuniambia kina Kanda Bongo man, akina Lus Mabele, these like super African superstars can't claim such numbers, akina Franco.
Zi.
Unaona? So the amount of promiscuity huko was always higher than Africa. But sasa sisi ati AIDS ina spread, kila mtu yuko nayo, a whole village is dying.
It doesn't make any sense actually.
Alafu kitama lazima mvue mpaka kamisi. Yeah, alafu amevaa suruali. Siku hizi at least havai suruali, ukiinua tu hivi ni
two step verification.
Shit, wakitamo walikuwa na hiyo sisi kuna password mweka kuna Google Authenticator
lazima mkue sure
iko ni public wifi na password
siku hizi jo inatembea iko tu pale like who made that stupid joke? Someone made a stupid joke ati madem anzeni kuvaa suruali ati wasa bodaboda walikuwa na teta ati mademu anze kuvaa suruali juu ametoka au amechoka kupanguza makamasi kwa kiti.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that shit. Like people have jokes out here, man. Like, so kuna hiyo, how did we find ourselves here?
I do not know.
What the fuck? We were talking about education.
Yeah. This is
So tuko na bonga juu ya yenyewe cho niko na bonga juu ya like aeronautical engineering somehow. Tumetoka kwa ndege tukajipata kwa bodaboda. Iko nene. Yeah. So nini pia lazima tukulize juu bad experiences on stage.
Bad experiences on stage I think mostly zinakuanga hecklers.
Yeah.
I think you're well versed with hecklers. Yeah. Heckler ni mse most of the time I see it come from a bad place. It's just an audience member who's enjoying the show a little too much and they feel like they really need to be part of the so it's like you're doing a joke and then someone is like replying. It's like you're doing a joke. It's like it becomes more of a, it's like you're featuring that person in your set. You understand? So sometimes it's good, but most of the time it's bad because it throws you off. Because let's say an example, we were doing a show in Mombasa and I think Mamito was on stage. So that show was probably 200 people. So initially there were some people kwa bar because now the stage is here, we have seats and then there's a platform huko juu, so there's a bar there. So initially those people were not paying attention, but by the time Mamito was coming on stage, like the energy was right, she was really killing. Even the people who were there were listening to her. And then now she was building up a punchline, like a whole setup and everything, and then someone just shouts, I don't know what, like to your father. So it's like it really ruins your momentum on stage. And coming back from that, it's so hard. So you have people who do that repeatedly. So I think that's like
was
being
she able to recover?
She tried, but it really took away from the entire
moment.
joke.
Najuaga kosagi hizo mafala because I think the worst thing about art is everyone thinks they are an artist deep down. And like because now for our side kuna kuwaga na ile element ya like random people, not even a comedian, not even a musician. They're like nataka kutokea kwa podcast and it's coming from a good place as you said, but they just think they are interesting. I've got like why do you think you're interesting? Maybe your mother told you, your girlfriend.
Maybe your girlfriend.
Those ones are meant to lie to you. Like, a woman will look you in the eye and tell you have the biggest dick in East Africa, and she's seen bigger. So usitulete hiyo. So kuna kwa hiyo upumbavu. But nini kwanza talking of your jokes, kuna joke moja ile imekuwa ile podcast in this was such an Iko Nini joke, man. Yeah. When uko na bonga juu ya ile joke yako ya iPhone. Unaweza maybe zaka jisikia.
Yeah. So I lost my phone recently, and I usually do this joke in every show I go to. And after one of the shows, an audience member approached me and offered to buy me an iPhone 13 if I sucked his dick. Sick, right? The head must have not been that good because he ended up buying me a Techno. I was like
that's scary.
So I guess I suck at sucking, man.
Ameitaka kwa podcast ni wala that's such a Iko Nini joke, man. What the fuck? Yeah, that's such a nini.
So, you by now you should have two companies trying to endorse you. One, iPhone. They promoted the 13.
You do anything for this phone,
It's a Techno, because at even the lowest way, you will still get a phone. There needs to be a tagline there somewhere.
Lakini iPhone inaweza kuwa poa sana. Like, iPhone. Get it anywhere you want. Like, even suck a dick.
Payment options. But
like, payment options.
Cash, Visa, M-PESA, head.
Like
because nikiandika hiyo joke nilikuwa like actually nilikuwa nimepoteza phone hiyo time and then I wrote like a 5-minute set and then I read it and I was like this sounds like a rant. It's not actually like a joke, it's like I'm ranting. Then I was like okay, like it's been so hard for me to get a new phone, like it kind of seems like I can do anything to get a phone. So I was like, actually people actually suck dick to get crack in the States. You know, so I was like trying to so that's why when I do that joke it's not like a really foreign thing because people have sucked dick for other things, but now for someone to do it for a phone and actually get something less than what you know, so that's
now we have to make it nasty. If people are sucking dick for phone, I'm assuming if you suck dick you get just an iPhone 14, you know? So if you want an iPhone 14 Pro Max,
you go the extra mile.
You suck a luo dick. Iko nini. Wacha tuendelee. Unajua hapo hizi ni zile susemaga I'm a luo, I'm allowed to make that joke. You, if you make that joke, that's fucking tribal. Fuck you. Don't do that. Wacha tuendelee. Wacha tuendelee. So tunafaa kunini so the bad experience, kuna hiyo bad experience ya nini na kubomb cause nili ile siku that day when I showed up, of course you had a very dope set. Like there are 3 sets that stood out. There was yours, there was Mamito, na kulikuwa na Dag. Dag.
I love Dag, man. Dag is so I wish I could have that energy.
Like hata majuzi amedu a joke in a different way from vile si tulichapa. Si tulienjoy wase vile after nania Dedi. The Queen a Dedi. Vile kuna wajaka walikuwa na struggle with directions. So naambia like everywhere is half mast. Lakini sasa yeye unakuwa vile kitu ile yake. Kiwa dicks half mast dicks. Like sana ndio na ile energy yake. Like that was like some crazy.
Beach Boys.
Ulisikia ni yake ya Beach Boys. It was funny. The way alichapa. It was funny shit.
Oh my god.
So nini like a bad day kwa stage
and kwa kawaida hiyo kwa because kuna kuangana hiyo there's that balance because now you have jokes that you've done and you know they are good, but also as an artist you're forced to create new things every time. So for me I challenge myself every time I go on stage. I need to try out new things. So the danger with that is not everything that's funny to me is funny to everyone. That's why I need a live audience to know if this is actually a good joke. So now the more you try new jokes, the more you bomb. But also the more you try new material, the more you get more good jokes also. So it's usually a trade-off. So for me it's like I try not to take it personally because it comes with the craft, but it really gets to you. Because after a bad night, because the problem with our audience is after a bad night, you know, we're all standing there chatting. An audience member will come and shake hands with everyone who had a good set and leave you there like hata kuongelesha.
That's an asshole.
At area and it's like a culture like inakuanga hivyo. So it's like if you had a bad set, they won't recognize you at all. So that's because good set, I like that joke nini, and then akuangalie aishie.
That is bad. That's
unaenda home ukishuku msee.
It makes sense kama mtu see like ana your art because I remember there was you sikia Mayura na David Bomb anaitwa nani David Mashari. I remember afterwards meeting him with like some lady, but I'd seen him on stage before. So and then I guess from interacting na nyinyi na you test out new material kwa hizi open mics. So mimi ilibidi lazima nimgote because I know like you are whatever than this. It's just that something can be funny but you say it and yusko ishikani haingiani na alafu unaenda unaitengeneza alafu at some point inakamina inaingiana na watu. So kuna hiyo alafu nini like crowds Nairobi, Mombasa. Which ones do you find because
I think out of Nairobi I've done Voi, I've done Mombasa, and I've done Nakuru. And out of if I'm ranking them, I think Nakuru was quite different, because that was this last weekend. Nakuru was like the energy they have, because you know, for them it's like something new, and like they really value that, because it's like they've always wanted it, but they've seen it elsewhere. Like they've seen it in screens, they've seen it in like other international acts doing it, but like for them, because it's like everyone has a joke that has a geographical reference to it. So let's say I usually have a joke about post-nut clarity. So it's like the problem with post-nut clarity is that it's instant. You know, like as soon as the calm leaves your body, you start to wonder what you're doing in Kangemi at 3 a.m. in the morning. But when you go to like a place like Nakuru, so if you take that Kangemi out and you bring now a local, because for me I was told to say Njoro, because Njoro is also like a so when I said Njoro, like the room just blew up, because now they feel included into that joke. You know, so like I feel like I'd say Nakuru, Mombasa, then Voi. Voi was actually surprising because it was a small audience, but they were
walikuwa engaged.
Yeah, so like every new town we go to, I feel like we get like people actually accept our type of humor. You know, it kind of seems that they've been waiting for it. So like the reception has been good through all those towns.
Na pia lazima tukuulize, so where is your Kangemi? Ni place gani ushaijipata ile ukashindwa, what the fuck am I doing here? Like hata fadhali ukimu kuna ile like, because you're still risking for sex. Najua it's still a risk. I think we always associate sex risks na diseases. We forget even the process. Getting into the car, you can crash. You can be told you can only gun end up kwa kichwa. You can find another dude in that house who ends up wherever. So ni wapi ushaijipata uko like damn.
I think for me itabidi for me ilikuwa hiyo Kangemi, sikuwa nadanganya.
Okay. Alafu kabasti huko.
Sasa si ile ushabast, sasa ndio unaanza kuangalia sasa uko like, because of that pent up, like bado uje bust nut, like how the bust nut everything makes sense until you bust a nut and then you look back. Mimi niko like hata bro, hata huku kuna kwanga na sako ya kufika huko, ama nilifika kuna like you can't even trace your steps back to place ulitoka.
Ukikuja ilikuwa focused.
Kangemi yako ilikuwa,
there's nothing as more inspiring as an erection. Funny enough, Kangemi like but mimi nilikuwa ku drive. Kuna mtu nilikuwa naendaga naye Kangemi, and it was worth it.
Kangemi ni ukweli.
It was worth it. Like I've never sat down and regretted. So like, but now the difference with me is I never believed in doing anything at a woman's place. Like me nakuaga everything has to be in my
house.
Najua like my comfort zone. Cause nakuaga I always expect the worst to happen. There's always that jealous ex-boyfriend, especially when that is too good. Lazima ujiulize hakuna mtu anaweza kuja hapa like afu there are dudes who are ready to die,
for that.
Kuna watu wako hapo ready kudedisha mtu juu ya whatever. So kuna hiyo. Zak, Kangemi yako ni wapi?
I wouldn't say it's a Kangemi like but ni ile design afterwards. Nowadays thinking about it, like how dumb was I? Because I used to go to a place in Buruburu very late at night. I'm a new driver. I do not unajua vile mimi huaga na Nairobi. Huaga ni job kwangu, maybe tao. Hizi places zingine zote sijui. But I used to drive to this chick because apparently she was living with the aunt. And she can't say she's going. So it has to be very late at night where she sneaks out.
Damn. And alafu you sneak her back in. Ama now the next day she just goes anarudiaje?
My friend, I'm telling you, that's what I'm telling you, thinking about it right now. Like, what was I doing? And the worst thing ni mali nilikuwa na park. Ilikuwa ni nje. Iyo estate iko tu like unaingia tu hivi ndani kiasi ndio unapata estate. So basically hapa kwa barabara ndio nimepark, and that would be like in the middle of the night, like 12 something
then you go
ndio sijui amalize nini, ajue kila mtu amelala, a sneak out, akuja ingia kwa gari, I'm parked outside.
yani
That was
umekubali.
some
My
good pussy,
friend.
bro.
Sasa hivi nikifikiria
Lazima nikuulize.
why was I doing this?
After parking outside hivyo bado uko naenda na varaba masa ulikuwa unaichapa tu kavu because it makes sense.
No, with this,
I
with this one there's like it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. So
because
the first
you've already risked your life. As in,
Yeah,
the first-
might as well.
yeah.
the first couple of days,
Yeah.
of course we did use a rubber.
Yeah.
And the last time I remember using it,
Yeah.
I've told this story before, is when I don't know if we were tired. I don't know what was happening. We busted nuts. We kept holding each other for another extra couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Ile tu kiujinga. And then when I pulled out, the shit was left inside.
Oh, you go like
And then we had
What
to like
happened?
so
To be surgical
I'm like-
about it.
I'm like, nigga, this has never happened to me before.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're supposed to find this shit. 'Cause
yeah. So
I'm-
unataka kutafuta. Shit.
So in the process, she go out again, horny again.
Yeah. Mkaamua kaa mbaya.
No, but we actually managed to get it out,
Yeah.
and then we went for because now
You went raw, sino?
Yeah.
Mkaamua tu like this.
because I mean like we already did it.
Yeah. Yes.
This was pretty much like
Yeah, exactly. Hapa natoa zile za in 1984 they used to call it a homosexual disease. We are not homosexuals, as you can see.
hell.
Let's go heterosexual now. Yani. Lakini
Yeah.
when you think about it, like
Yeah,
we
I
risk.
used to, that was
Yeah,
a risk.
inakaa worth it,
That was a
lakini,
risk.
bro.
That was a risk. Because the thing is, the reason why I'm saying it was so much of a risk. The first time
Yeah,
nilihave kwenda na boy wangu
yeah.
ndio anionyeshe njia because I've never been outside of area zangu. So kwenda
Zach,
buruburu mi
Zach,
sijui buruburu.
wacha tuambie wasee kitu moja.
Eh.
This was before pins because nilikuwa soko like unanidaje directions. There used to be a time when people could drive and there was no pin.
There was no pin.
You
my
just
nigga.
had to figure out some shit. Some of us
So
had-
mimi niko nauliza chalo tunaendaje buruburu. So ndio ananionyesha hii ndio njia tu. And then at that time ndio mabarabara zingine zinaanza kujengwa. So some of the places remember ulikuwa ukitoka nini South B ndio uingie ile side ya city inaitwa City Stadium. Kulikuwa kuna barabara inajengwa hapo hivyo. Unakumbuka?
Yeah.
So you had to like use some other ways.
I think ini njia siku hizi tunatumia hii ina connect City Stadium na nini.
Yes.
Ndio ina construct. Because all of these things came after Moi. Moi pia alikuhagamia. Moi alikuwa na blunder.
Yeah. So ulikuwa unatumia hizo sasa njia si ni zinaitwaje ni makeshift at that time. Alafu ndio utokee side nyingine huko alafu ndio uende Buru. Mi hizo places sijawahi enda tangu niko mi Buruburu nilifind hiyo time.
Yeah.
I didn't know where.
But sasa at least umejua your vagina was worth it. Was yours worth it? Like do you sit down and be like that was worth the risk? Kama yako haikuwa worth the risk. And that's why I came up with the joke because I think if it was worth the risk because me I never felt like I was risking my life. Like
at
later after nisikia hizo jokes you know like maybe that was some dumb shit.
At that time I wasn't thinking that but
now it was worth
Now
it.
when you haikuwa worth it.
Yeah.
Personally, that's why your post not clarity really.
Udem kana hoji ko fuck you, you're not even funny.
Don't care.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Quite disappointing, man. Especially after you've put in all the work.
And you've literally worked hard as we said uko mbele. So nini pia saizi tunaanza kufika kwa kipindi cha lala salama like so before tumalize kuna story moja ile Zach alitutumia ile ilikuwa funny sana. So lazima nikuulize ucheza chess. Chezagi chess. Uko sure si chess champion, the chess champion they're talking about here. So kuna story really happened maju where I think people play chess online, you know?
Yeah.
So there was a 31-year-old champion playing against a 15-year-old. So this 31-year-old had been dominating for so long and then he lost to this 15-year-old. And then now they had a rematch, I think. Now in the rematch, the 31-year-old so this 15-year-old just made one move. And this 31-year-old akasema misi endelei. Alafu now the rumor in the internet circles is this 15-year-old gets signals from other chess players on what to do, but the signals come through anal beads. Like, this is how we like win at all costs.
Wait, hold on.
What? Like, I don't know if you see anal beads ziko connected to Bluetooth. I don't know what's happening.
That's what they're saying because okay, I think the whole thing comes from like card players as well.
Yeah.
So card players, how they used to cheat, it was wanna strap some electrical thing on your mguu. Alafu they have like a remote control. So if I tap once, you know what I mean. If I tap twice, you know what I mean. So unashokiwa. So I guess squeezy vile na technological advances, ukiingia kwa game ka uko na anything electrical strapped to your feet, wasa wanaenda kucheat. So now which other place do you hide it when people don't search?
Yeah, the other pocket.
So I guess anal bead kama strapped to some electrical thingy.
Okay, me to respect him say like kama you can beat someone in chess with anal beads up your ass. You deserve it, man.
I don't know like how much do you want to win? Because what
he really needs it, maze huyo. Was it a he or she?
It was a dude.
Damn. He really wanted
imagine
it.
Now with the anal beads you still lose. Alafu maybe umsame kunini na anal beads alafu one you've not made the right move. So they have to trigger it the second time.
Hey bro.
Alafu by accident ile button ibaki chini. And then you make the right move and then you're like, hey, I can't compete with this anal beads,
That actually happened, or is it like a...
It's just a rumor, I think, on the internet. Like, internet has this...
Somebody, if like I'm a chess champion and I lose to someone,
there has to be an explanation.
Why this guy won?
Alafu na so nashindwa kale kamse kalika chini kama up na hii story. Like umse lazima kuwe na anal beads. You could have come up with anything. Like maybe
lazima ikuwe sexual lakini.
Maybe there is because I think iso watu wakiwa watch kusau play online, you know. When people are watching you, can you actually see the audience, no? It's just the two of you and the camera.
I'll need to ask one of our chess.
Because if there is kwa audience kunza kuwa nakamseka na kupatia signals kaki but now ikibidi level jo ya anal beads alafu ziko connected through Bluetooth.
Alafu ya championship
tuseme unajua Bluetooth ni frequencies na nini vitu kama hizo. Msa hapo kuna katawa fulani
msa connect kwa anal bead yako na yake mix. DJ ana scratch.
So it will be zako pia zina come up as nini as
shanga na hii mix maze.
It will be zina double up as nini Bluetooth speaker.
Sijui electrical signals at the end of the day.
So ikihit bass, ikihit kick, snare, bass, hizo zote ni oh my god.
Weza kwa kali tuanze kuchezea nani BN and Nviri niko sawa. Niko sawa. Alafu now they start looking for the evidence like tunasikia nini sasa lazima they have to literally listen to your ass.
Na hii beat ni familia.
Yes okay.
Kama alifanya hivyo
it is a give a whole meaning to unajua Americans wako like we don't have to listen to your ass. Here literally we have to listen to your ass. Like, where are you getting like you're not this skilled at the beginning but inakuonyesha like cheating is some next level shit. So nini TUK new cheat like mwa Kenya because that's another thing like mwa Kenya
actually mi ni msee wa class of 2015 and actually leo nilikuwa naona tweet I just like to clarify a few things hapa since I have the platform. There was someone hapa alikuwa anatuongelesha vibaya because the class of 2015 we get a lot of shit but I feel like given the circumstance kaungekuwa hapo there was no choice, there was no option like what we are doing was just leveling the playing ground because I think it's here, let me show you the tweet.
Class of 2015
so mse anasema easy blood fucking
sasa ni nyinyi mnaitwa hivi
zilifanya KCSE 2015 ndio zinateseka Kenya. Heartbreaks, no job, always broke, madeni, unmarried. mtateseka mpaka mtuambie leakage mlikuwa mnatoa wapi. I feel that's a very personal attack. Sijui tumemfanyia ni actually tuko unmarried bro.
Alafu nilimaliza exam 2015 being unmarried in 2022 is nothing wrong.
It's not a failure. Ndo nasema like ali attack kila kitu bana, niko like
and why is marriage
mazee
like what would make someone that bitter like mlimfanyia
sijui. So
is marriage an achievement? You niggas, you need to leave me alone.
Alafu akumbuka ile shit ya nani ya Chris Rock, men don't marry, we surrender. Mimi nilisurrender. It's not like sini wale like all married dudes tunakuwa na ile ya blink twice. Kama kuna shida unajua wife anakuangalia na anajua that's the signal, so you have to play it. You have to play like everything is nini like I don't think there's a dude seated somewhere like, because I think marriage is such a chick thing. Like one day I want to walk down the aisle and dudes, I think pia there's some level of insecurity that makes you get married, where you're like, let me lock down this girl before another nigga shows up. But it's not something we look forward to. Ama when
personally I don't know me. I
but
feel
you
like
you have 4, you can take 4.
I feel there's that allure of that. But I don't know me. I feel like sioni the near about marriage kabisa, especially at this time. Maybe in future inaweza kuwa, but as I see it right here, I mean niko kwa hizi streets tu
ile yenye ya 4 inakoga poa, because you're not even cheating, you're just auditioning. Ndio unashikwa na kamoja, then tena ni shida, unaanza kutupiwa masufuria kwa the next minute you're being discussed in the national newspaper.
That's the fun of it all.
Ile majuzi vile third in command alikuwa ameandikiwa jo, like at this man, so alikuwa anapatia na story about this person who was at State House. And the wife was misbehaving because the wife wanted to be treated special and for her kids to be treated special. And so they don't want to name the politician, so wanamaliza wakisema ati the wife is known for battering her husband. So now you just have to connect the dots, like who has been battered by the husband and who like Kenyan journalists sometimes are full of shit. Hizo makola au andikagi jina ya mtu, but they'll always leave you a hint that if you just knew part of the story,
you make the connection yourself. Wanakupea tu then
utatengeneza hiyo connection. But nini Mr. Bashir, si tumeenjoy, hope umeenjoy
sana mazi. Imekuwa amazing mazi, thank you for having me bana.
Hii raha imetupatia mpaka news nini ati 2-step verification. Shit was that was no password. So kama ni fano iko nini na demu yako wachiko nini kwa ukimwambia juu kuja leo bila password, si ndio? Ni mambo ya 2-step stack. 2-step stack. Anaanza kwa kibonga na wife
mkiombelia
mbele watu hoi like, so is it 2-step or just no password?
Na scan QR peke yake.
So tumeenjoy sana. Imekuwa ni episode 123, si ndio?
This is 124.
Shit, 124 headed to 125. So that means a century and a quarter century,
and then some.
So
big up maze.
Can you say like, subscribe, hit the notification button? To do more than that. It's just that this ni tukiongeza live zinakuwa 3. Like it's so ridiculous, man. We are doing crazy
but
numbers.
Still that's a lot of me.
So tunaenjoy because pia so enjoy like waseka na kama natupeleka place, because we go where the conversation takes us. So like with you, we've talked about crazy shit. Unajua ile YY is a comedian. We came here, we talked like wealth creation, like because that's where he took us. So you'll always find someone in the comments they are talking shit. You go like, why didn't you talk about youth and employment? This dude didn't take us there. If you took us to youth and employment, that's where we go with you. Lakini ukiamua kuchapa super highway umetupeleka kwa anal rape, that's sinakufuatisha.
Pressing matters, having a tight ass is important.
Sindio. Episode 125 haiko sponsored, sindio? So mtu yote kanza changamka, tuta appreciate kabisa, na tusisahau like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend to tell a friend, tafadhali. I think that's the step that like we get a lot of people saying I'm such a big fan. If every big fan got us 3 more fans.
Yeah,
we'd end up at 100,000. Yeah, so we'd really appreciate that. Of course, look out for this dude, like one of the funniest people. So wapatizo siku tena.
So on Tuesday we are at number 7 in town,
CBD.
CBD. On Wednesday we actually have 2 venues, like today is on a Wednesday. We usually have 2 grapes at Kilimani, but there is also another room at Move, also around Kilimani also. So we actually have 2 venues on Wednesday. On Thursday we are in Westlands at Mayura. Friday we are in Lavington at Ouma Africa, and then also you can check us out at Stand Up Collective and Patchline Comedy Club for these now particular showcases that we have on Saturdays, like the one we're having on Friday. We're actually recording our new TV show, a new stand-up show.
So by the time itakuwa pita, but
it's okay.
So unzaambia initoka Comedy Riot,
and then there's also
it's going to show up on Showmax as a show.
As a show. But now we actually recorded, I think it was on last week Tuesday, last week Monday, the day before the swearing in,
the roast of
Abel Mutua. That was actually season finale of season 1 of Roast House. So if you want to see Kenyan celebrities getting roasted, please make sure you get Showmax and watch Roast House.
Because I'm looking forward to that, because I hear that he punched back. Because everyone else does not punch
me
back.
Like I'm so grateful that he didn't remember me. Because he was like and anakurushia yako. And now like the guy has like loyal fans, like like okay, the jokes are nice, but now the reaction, because usually it's the reaction that makes you feel bad. Like if I say a joke on your expense and then he laughs a bit too hard, you get more angrier. So it was like, but he's actually a comedian at heart. So like he's actually one of those people who really clapped back. And this guy has like a huge influence, man. Like people were sitting in the streets just to hear him, not even see him in the streets, bro.
And this is all from the digital space. Like he used to be big, of course, alianza old school traditional media, but now anakuonyesha like the power of the digital space.
Like we should take advantage of it.
Watu wanafika levels zingine kali kabisa. So imekuwa ni episode 124, tukimalizia tukisema Iko Nini.